little bit like me. They can carry on eating all day and they never feel full. So unlike your dog or your cat, sometimes when they eat too much, they throw up. That doesn't happen to them. They can carry on eating and there'll be stories. They have a lot of fun. So these guys go through the cycle that any wild bird goes through. In around September, October, or maybe, September, they will enter the state of hyperphagia. And hyperphagia means that waddling along. He's always a little bit smaller, about 100 pounds smaller than Coola. His face is longer, and he has that gristle look. Now he's a little bit wet, but when he's dry, we call him sugar-coated. He has that, the tip of each hair goes lighter. So he's a very good example of why brown bears are nicknamed grizzly bears here. That's the grouse, the mating sound, it's the mating season. Grouse are very bad flyers. They're like a chicken kind of bird. And they can fly, but very badly. So when they get inside the habitat and they try to fly away from the bears, they always get electrocuted. Dormancy, when they're in hibernation, you can see that they move. They wake up every single day. They stretch and they yawn and they groom themselves and they rearrange their beds, and they even if they're sleeping for long hours, something happens. This is called isometric contractions. You can see that the skin and the muscles are twitching and contracting, because somehow an animal that big sleeping for 5 months, can you imagine the amount of physiotherapy we're going to have to give them in the spring? So by contracting and by moving and by waking up every day a little bit and stretching and so on, they can keep good muscle tone, good bone density, healthy ligaments, healthy joints, and so they can come out with no aches or pains and be ready for spring. When they come out, so it's very good that we're on this side, because you can see just opposite their den is a metal platform on the ground. That's their scale. So we always weigh them. Every morning we weigh them. You can watch them on the camera. Calculates 9 o'clock in the morning, and we'll be here weighing them with honeyed apples. So this morning, Coola was only 780 pounds. And Grinder was 693. Yeah, but in December, Coola was 1,050 pounds. 1,050 pounds, and Grinder was about 950 if they get startled. Okay. But if you happen to go hiking from the fence out, this is all black bear territory. This is all black bear area. So keep an eye open for black bears, and still be afraid, because after you see Coola and Grinder, they're so big that when you see a black bear, they'll seem like a little dog. So if you see a black bear, remember, no running, no screaming, no stopping for pictures, no feeding them, okay? Everything that you want to do, don't do that. Yes, after this, you have a little bit of a gap. There's another talk at 4 o'clock, and it will be me pretty much repeating the same thing. But I highly recommend, if you haven't done so, is the chair lift. It's complimentary with your ticket. You don't need to pay extra. And if you hike up, if you did the grouse grind, you can also use it for free. It's very good. When you get to the top, you get a 360 view of all the mountain peaks and of the city. It's a perfect clear day for that. Infinite visibility. So we have 2001. Those forestry workers saw that tiny bear falling over, having difficulty standing up and looking in need of help, and they waited for Mom to come to the rescue, but she never came. It turned out that he'd been an orphan for days and days, if not weeks. So they decided to rescue him and they took him to the local vet. And the first thing you do when you go to the vet, if you have a cat or a dog, you put them on the scale to see about their weight. And poor Grinder, he was only 4.5 kilos. That is very, very little for a bear. My cat is 5 kilos. Yes, I know he's a fat cat, but 4.5 kilos for a bear is very little. So they had to feed him intravenously, and it was a miracle. He made an amazing recovery. He started to rehydrate and to put on the weight. And there you have Grinder. He's very greedy with his food. He's just making sure he never went hungry again. He loves his food. And I think they know Trevor just disappeared around the corner. I think he's gone to get some food for later on. Today they're getting, well, they've already eaten some breakfast and meat snack. They've had carrots and apples and sweet potatoes. We slowly increasing the richer foods. When they come out of hibernation or dormancy,